Just your daily reminder to hit the subscribe button. It's free, it doesn't cost you anything, and the earth still revolves around the sun. I'm gonna show you guys what I've been doing to build muscle in the deficit because I'm about 12 pounds lighter than I was in October, and I'm definitely bigger, so yeah, let's do that. Weighed in at 183.5 today, I believe, but something to note is that I was indeed hard. I'm not sure how that affects the scale, but just something to note. That's the problem with NoFap. You wake up hard, you go to sleep hard, you're always hard, but that's part of why it works. When you're hard, you're aggressive. When you're aggressive, you hit the weights harder. Just like works for me. Might not work for you, but it works for me. The first thing I'm going to do this morning to build muscle in a deficit is take some supplements. Creatine, 5 grams, standard. You don't need to hear why you need to take it, just take it. Alpha-yohimbine, 3 milligrams. 2 Gorilla Mode A2, what's it called? A2AM fat burners. Pretty much all that I care about in this is 150 milligrams caffeine, 1.5 milligrams yohimbine, so the total alpha-yohimbine is 4.5 milligrams, and it has a lot of ingredients that suppress your appetite, so when I do my fasted cardio, which I'm about to do, I won't be hungry, and then when I come home, I can eat my meal. Fat burners do not burn fat without a calorie deficit. Got a little pill sandwich going on here. Now it's time for 30 minutes on the Stairmaster fasted. 30 minutes of cardio done. Not even hard anymore. Just gotta put your head down and do it. Alright, just got back from doing my cardio and I'm gonna cook up some breakfast, and it's also my pre-workout meal because I'm probably gonna train in about an hour. Pre-workout, I like to have mostly carbs, like 35 to 40 grams of protein, minimal fat, and yeah, let's do it. Alright, I can almost guarantee you that this will be the best 500 calorie cereal in the world. Unsweetened almond milk, 240 grams or like a cup, I think, yeah, that's like 260. There's barely anything left in here, so I'm just gonna finish it out. Scoop of protein powder, a little bit of xanthan gum to make it extra thick, so you know we like it thick. Blend that up. In the bowl, 45 grams of puffed rice. It's this zero sugar cereal that's pretty much just like, it's basically just air. It's 18 grams of carbs. No, it's 12 grams of carbs per cup. 1 gram of fiber, no sugar, no sodium. I don't know how they make this, but it's pretty much just like dry cereal. 150 grams of blueberries. It's really good to have fruit pre-workout because your body uses carbs from fructose different than it uses carbs from glucose, so it's good to mix like a fruit and like a more fibrous carb. There you go. Then we're gonna pour the thick protein shake over the cereal and the blueberries. Mix that in there. And there you go. This big ass bowl of cereal is 500 calories. Not even, it's like less than 500. And if you want it even sweeter, you can put some sweetener in there or like sugar-free syrup. And last video I said that I'm trying to move to New Jersey this summer and get absolutely jacked at Iron Revolution. And I said like, if anyone wants to move in with me, hit me up. The thing is like, I got a couple DMs from like, just like random people, and if you're not like, if I have to either know you personally or you have to have somewhat of a following in the fitness industry, because I'm not trying to get like kidnapped out here. Maybe I'll find someone on Tinder to move in with. That could be a cool video idea. End up like getting my kidney harvested, wake up in a tub of ice. Alright, at the gym, got a pull day today. Gotta take some pre, 2 scoops of Blood Rush pump product. This song Makes Girls Wet played in the car. Some Alpha GPC, it's a nootropic that helps with mind-muscle connection. So obviously, as a fitness influencer, I get a lot of questions about like how to build muscle, how to lose fat, how to do this, how to do that, and the answer to most of these questions is like pretty general, honestly. Like, there's a general way to build the body that you want. Like, obviously, due to genetics, you can only build your body a certain way. Like, you can't shrink down your bone structure and stuff like that. If you're asking a question, just think like what the average person does, or like what the average person is willing to do, and do more than that, because the average person looks like the average person, and you don't want to look like the average person because the average person looks like a flaming bag of milk. If you do more than whatever the average person does, if you eat less junk food than the average person does, if you eat more protein than the average person does, if you train harder than the average person does, if you drink more water than the average person does, you're going to see results. And just dial in on that. Like, so many people will not like eat consistently the same way every day for years on end, and those are the people who see real results, not the people who do like a 2-month hard diet and then eat like crap for 2 months, then the 2-month hard diet, eat like crap. Nah, the people who eat like Greek gods year round and train like Greek gods year round, those are the people who see like continuous results, and those are the people who hit their genetic potential. And if they want to take gear, those are the people who step on the Olympia stage. Yeah, so pretty much just do more than whatever the average person does, and you're going to be better than average. And speaking of that, we're going to have an above average lifting session, training harder than ever. Let's have an amazing lift, boys!
Settle down in the place of dreams. Float away in the scenery. Take a backpack of what you need. Let's explore the world we see. All the dangers have been made up. You believe what they say. Through the heartache, I would stargaze. No invasion today. within your heart. You can find what I despise within your mind. All the dangers have been made up. You believe what they say. Through the heartache, I would stargaze. No invasion today. We've come this far to win and ride alone. So take your chances to embrace the waterfall.
Very solid session. We're definitely getting leaner. Literally, like, every workout, like, I see more veins, like, more cuts, just, like, feel like I look better in general. And yeah, we're approaching, we're getting to that physique that we want to get to. Not even close, but we're on the right track, progressing the speed that I want to be progressing at right now. And yeah, feeling good. Gonna go home, eat some more food, and tell you guys why it's stupid that people think that you can't build muscle in a deficit. Post-workout meal, got 7 caramel rice cakes, 3 slices of fake natty fat-free cheese, and 1 can of tuna. Comes to 555 calories. Let me eat this food and then I'll talk about my diet. Alright, finished my food. I'm currently eating around 3,000 calories per day. I was eating 3,500 to maintain my weight at around like 187 to 190, but I feel like I don't need to eat that much to pack on the amount of muscle that I want to pack on, so I'm lowering my calories and training harder and gonna still build muscle. Cause here's the thing. So right now I'm around 183 pounds in the morning, give or take a couple pounds because it fluctuates every day. I put my body fat at around like 15%, and we'll call that point A. Now the goal this summer is to step on stage at around like between 180 and 190, like shredded to the bone. To get from where I am, point A, to where I want to get to point B, I don't necessarily need to go to a point C. Some people think that you have to bulk up to like 200 pounds. Like I would have to bulk up to 200 pounds, then cut back down to 180. I think that I can hover around, generally around the same, maybe lose like a quarter of a pound per week, like super slow, to the point where like I'm pretty much just eating at maintenance, and gradually over time decrease my body fat and increase my muscle mass. Because the thing is, your body builds muscle and burns fat as 2 separate metabolic processes. So there's no reason why they can't both happen at the same time. If you really read into the science, the amount of calories you need, like the amount of a caloric surplus you really need to gain muscle, like as in like gaining weight and gaining muscle, is like a 30 calorie surplus, not a 300 calorie surplus, a 30 calorie surplus. And that's way too small for anyone to track, like even unless like, there's no possible way that you can track that, because you move differently every day, nutrition labels lie, so yeah, you can't track 30 calories accurately. It's just impossible. People who eat a 300 to 500 calorie surplus will gain around a pound of fat per week, or a pound of body weight per week. But your body can't build muscle as fast as it can build fat, so when you're bulking, even if it's a really slight surplus, you're gonna be putting on a lot of fat. And that just makes dieting down in the summer even harder. So I want to make my diet like as easy as possible on me. And I've never really went on a prolonged cut in my life. I started out at around like 165 pounds 2 years ago. And I've just been gradually like increasing my weight. The heaviest I got to was 2 months ago. I was 195 pounds in the morning, and I just looked like crap, looked like a bag of milk. And so I've lost like over 10 pounds in the past like 3 months, since like October. And I'm definitely putting up more weight on my lifts, definitely looking better. So I know for a fact that I've gained muscle since then. So yeah, especially like if you're either a newbie to the gym, you just like got off your good training program, or like you haven't been going to the gym consistently, then you can definitely build muscle in a deficit. Also, if you're on gear, you can build muscle in a deficit for sure. How else would you build muscle in a deficit? The real like thing is, like, as you get closer to your natural genetic potential, it's harder to build muscle in a deficit naturally. I feel like you can always maintain muscle in a deficit just by reducing your calories slower and dieting longer and slower. Also, an essential thing is definitely eating enough protein. Like, when I'm eating less food, I like to eat more protein because it's satiating, it increases your metabolism because protein has a higher thermic effect of food. Also, the less food that you're eating, the more likely your body is to use protein as an energy source. So as you get into a deeper deficit or closer to a deficit than you were, you want to eat more protein, because as your body runs out of carbs and fats to use for fuel, it'll delve into protein stores, and protein builds muscle. So you want as much protein as possible to be able to build muscle. And I feel like I talked about this enough. So yeah, if you think that you can't build muscle in a deficit, unless you're like already jacked, and at that point you wouldn't be asking that question, then yeah, you're wrong. Stop bulking and getting fat. What's up, guys? I'm going back to Penn State this Friday, I believe, and I cannot wait because I literally have nothing to do here. There's actually like nothing to do in the Philadelphia suburbs right now. Like, I wish I could be like Isaiah Miranda and just go to the gym 10 hours a day, overtrain, decrease my test levels through the fucking platoon, and just get shredded. But you know, not everyone can do that. So that's gonna do it for the video today. Got something cool planned this Thursday, and then we're going back to Penn State, gonna train in this warehouse gym there, and it has insane lighting. It's actually a powerlifting gym, but I'm not gonna be powerlifting there. So yeah, gonna get some insane content out there. Someone I live with is a film major, and he's gonna film some nice stuff for me, and we're gonna work together and just keep dropping bangers as long as the earth keeps revolving around the sun. Peace, boys. Press some buttons and let's start a revolution.